Hey everyone, it's Maria Solitary Witch Tracks here. I'm going to actually skip number 17 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. Well, I'll tack it on to this one, but I'm mainly going to talk about number 18. And the reason why is because I feel like not even a month ago, I did, what does this time of the year mean to you? And so I really much prefer to talk about 18, which is what does deity, divine, and things like that mean to you. Okay, well, really quickly, I'll just cover number 17 real quick. This time of the year, it's beginning of harvest. August 1st has already passed. Lammas, Ruth and Sod has already passed, and so that is harvest time. Today's harvest time. The days are getting shorter. It's getting a little darker earlier in the day, and so that is times about harvest time. Reaping what we've sown. So that's what this time of the year means to me. But now moving to number 18, what does deity, divine, God mean to me? For me, I am very much in love and in tune with the idea of one universal oneness, of interconnectedness. And that being said is I believe that there is this one divine being, I call it the Great Spirit. It is no gender. It is nothing. It's just an energy, universal energy that we are all attuned to, that we are all connected to. And so with that being said, we're all different parts of it. We're all connected in that sense. We're all one in that sense because the force of this great energy is flowing through every single living and non-living thing. So through the plants, I guess everything living, yeah. So it's all going through the plants, the rocks, the trees, the mountains, the forests, the rivers, the oceans, through people, through animals. This energy is synchronized through all of us. It's moving through all of us, making us all connected, that we are never separate, and that idea of separation is merely an illusion. It is merely something that we forgot. We forgot that we are already connected, because that's something that's never go away, because you can't sever yourself from everything else. It was my belief is that you can't sever yourself from your Great Spirit. It's part of you. Sorry. And so when you have that feeling of separation, that's an illusion. And so with that being said, Great Spirit manifests to us in different ways. It manifests through us in our totems. It manifests through us in deities. And so with that being said, people, ancient cultures, they got these ideas of different divine deities, gods and goddesses. Because the idea of thinking of just one giant galactic energy can be a little bit overwhelming, and it cannot always provide the answers that we need. And so being able to put labels, to make these different facets and diamond for the Great Spirit helps us to be able to get a grasp on our world more. And so, that being said, like with Norse mythology, Thor for thunder and lightning, Odin for magic and things like that. With Greeks, they had Hephaestus, or Vulcan for the Romans, who, volcanoes, because they believe, he was set in the heart of a volcano forging weapons for the gods, which made the sparks and the lava and everything flew out. And so ancient humans made up these different personas, these different personalities. It's not making them any less real, because they're technically all facets of the Great Spirit. They just put a name and a face to it. Because when I think of Great Spirit, there's no name or no face. Great Spirit is the only thing I can call it, but there's no face for it. And so by creating these different deities, you put a name and a face for these different personalities, these different personas, these different facets of a diamond of the Great Spirit, to be able to experience the world in a more human sense. Because my best way to be able to describe it is Great Spirit is just a huge diamond. And there's all these different, when you see a really nice cut diamond, there's a lot of faces, a lot of reflections going on in there, a lot of different cuts. And so that's what the Great Spirit is. It has all these different little notches cut into it, all these different faces put into it. And each face is a different personality. Each face is a different persona. So you have the goddess and the god. You have Frigga, Thor, you have Aphrodite, Hecate, Shiva. All of these are different faces in that diamond. And they are all different reflections of what the diamond actually is, or what the diamond represents as a whole. So these are all different things of it, and that we're on there too. We're all part of that diamond, because I do try and believe, we have divine within us. because we're all connected. And so for me, Great Spirit is just this energy, and that all these deities are different parts of the energy, different wavelengths of the energy, if you should, so to speak. And I mean, even knowing that, I still very much, worship and devote and call upon different deities, because I mean, Great Spirit's there, and I know all these things are part of it, but it's a lot easier to put a name and a face and meditate with that face and that name, because you have something to focus on and something to help you manifest. And when you have that focus, it creates your manifestations, and whatever wishes, desires, or whatever you need help with, it makes it a lot more easier. Because we have faces and we're people and we have personalities. It's a lot easier for us to recognize and to get familiar with and relate to deities than something that is faceless and nameless. But that is my view of the divine, of God and deity. It's just deities, God and goddess are different facets of this diamond of the Great Spirit. But I'm not saying my belief is the only belief that anyone can have. This is just what I've come to after my years and years of practice. I've been practicing for I've been practicing for I would say 10 years now. I was originally Wiccan, now I'm Pagan. But that's, at least for my 10-year practice of my spirituality, that is my conclusion. That's what rings true to my heart. And when other people say though deities are actually real, I don't discredit that at all. Not at all. We just interpret things differently, and that's completely fine. We're human. We all have our human experience, and that's fine. So that's how I interpret deity. I would love to hear how everyone else interprets spirit. Everyone interprets spirit differently. So I would love to hear that. I would love to see your comments, anything like that. I would love that. But I do thank you for watching. Blessed be. Namaste.